Hi there. I'm going to be talking about office furnishings today and the things that you want to consider when putting together your office and your waiting room. I want to start by telling a story about a couple that I read about on Psychology Today online. It starts with this couple who was looking to find a therapist, wanting to do some relational work. They read through a lot of different profiles and finding someone that they felt comfortable with, and they landed on a therapist. Her name was Karen, and she seemed to be with the same mindset as them. They liked her spiritual views as well as her emotional stability, I guess, and what they read about her. So the couple was feeling really excited about meeting with her for the first time. The couple was pretty turned off at first when they came to the office, finding that their location was interesting. The office was squeezed between a nail salon and a teriyaki restaurant, so didn't necessarily give them the best feeling right off the bat. When they walked into the waiting room, they were pretty turned off as the furniture was really outdated from the 70s. The woman states that she felt like she was waiting for her car's oil to be changed. She recalls a tacky plastic water feature on one of the tables and an inspirational quote hanging on the wall with all of the corners peeling back and simply looking like it was about to fall apart. As they walked back to the office, they were even more turned off because of the bland wall color, the horrible decor. They recall passing by a desk with some diplomas hanging on the wall, but were quickly distracted because of a stack of floral mattresses leaning against the wall. Classy. Not. They quickly started with Karen and they were building rapport and things were going very well. The couple said that they felt very heard and understood and were excited about working with her because of the goals that they developed even in just their first session. However, they were pretty distracted by the walls that needed to be plastered, the stains on the ceiling, the dirt brown carpet, the list kind of goes on. And as the couple was talking on their way home about whether they wanted to continue with Karen, they were pretty hesitant simply because of the office's condition. The couple did end up terminating their time with Karen because of the office and wanted to find someone who was along the same views as Karen, but with an office that was a little more comfortable and something that was furnished in a way that they felt able to share and do the deep work that they needed to do. I thought that story was interesting because it really makes the point that it's important to create a certain kind of environment so that a client feels encouraged and able to do that deep work that it takes when you're in therapy. I think that you can partially expect if someone's coming to see you that they probably want to talk with you and share with you. Obviously, sometimes people don't want to share with you even though they're coming to you. But most of the time, people want to talk and they want to be heard. But it is still vital for us to create a kind of environment where that client feels comfortable and able to share and do the work that they need to do. I found some interesting work done by Jack Nazar and Anne Sloan Devlin in 2011. A study they conducted examined the impressions of a psychotherapist's office and the impression it made on clients. So, Nazar and Devlin found that the counseling settings that are soft, personalized, and in order may affect the client's experience, as well as the client's overall perception of the therapist's expertness and trustworthiness. So now you're probably wondering what's soft, what's personalized, and what needs to be in order. Well, I'm so glad you came to my presentation to find out. Softness refers to the different surfaces that you have, so comfortable surfaces and textures that are throughout the office, such as an upholstered chair, a couch, carpeting, etc. Personalization refers to personal mementos displayed in the office. This can be certificates, diplomas, photographs, etc. Order refers to how neat and tidy the office is, which includes the desk, the overall space, as well as the wall decor. In regard to your credentials, it is important that they are visible and easily seen and well shown for your clients. So particularly in a nice frame, something that reflects the actual professionalism of the diploma itself. It's important because it's been shown to have an impact on the client's perception of the counselor's competence at the beginning of the therapeutic relationship. For example, in one of the studies that I looked at, the display of 5 diplomas resulted in a higher perception of expertness in the counseling situation when compared to offices that did not have as many or any credentials displayed. In regard to personalization, provide a way for your client to almost relate with you. Obviously, not too much because we want to keep those boundaries there. We also want to make sure that we're protecting the therapeutic relationship and focusing on the client and not so much the counselor. However, having some kind of personal items or mementos within your office can help your client to get a feel for who you are and feel that they can relate to you, which can in turn allow the client to feel more safe in sharing with you. Researchers measure the client's degree of disclosure as a dependent variable, and properties of the office that might affect disclosure again includes softness, display of credentials, more broadly personalization, formality, and style. Another important aspect in regard to softness is looking at a room that's warm versus a room that is cold. So, in the study by Nazar and Devlin, people judged a soft room as warmer, so a room that is comfortable and looks lived in, where a room was judged as cold that was hard, so sparsely furnished, modern geometric shapes in regard to the style and furnishings. A warm room had higher scores for involvement, personally relevant memories, warmer episodes remembered, familiarity, and detail standing out. Just simply showing and reinstating that the softness of a room, which means you're making it warm and comfortable, lived in, a place where you want to share, you're comfortable to share, and you feel safe to share. Another important aspect of softness is in regard to lighting. Studies have shown that it is important to have soft, muted lighting in a counseling room as opposed to a really bright, glaring light. To me, that would mean an overhead light that's bright, potentially doesn't have a shade over it, and isn't allowing that soft, calm environment where a client feels comfortable and willing to share. If you'll think about a New Day Counseling Center, of course you will know the rooms. They have the soft couches and chairs in them. The color is brown, which is a really nice neutral color. It doesn't clash with the carpet. The carpet, again, is seen as a softness for the room. And if you'll remember the wall color, it's not all one color. It's not all some bland neutral color. There's an accent wall in most, if not all, of the rooms. It's either a brown color or a green color, which is matched with a neutral. Therefore, it's pleasing to the eye, but not distracting. And then, of course, the lamps with the soft muted lighting that the lamps create. It totally accentuates the walls, the carpet, and the couches so that it's a comfortable space, yet not distracting to where you're wondering why the walls aren't plastered or why there's stains on the ceiling. Those things don't exist, but you're also not distracted on the other end of why is this chair shaped this way? Why is that couch yellow? Why are there purple drawings on the walls? Things of that nature. The final aspect of office furnishings is order. And order is generally an important aspect in all of humanity, as we generally desire to see things organized and make sense. In the previously mentioned study, researchers had clients judge therapists based on their desk. Therefore, one therapist's desk was messy and one was neat. It's interesting to note that there are differences in the judgments. However, the results did not show they preferred one over the other, as the one with a messy desk was deemed warm, creative, and kind, yet they were less calm than the therapist with the neat desk. The client seemed to not like that the neat desk left no cues for what the therapist was like, where the messy desk gave a comforting feeling of being in use. Yet the clean desk allowed the therapist to be deemed as more calm. As you can see, the results are kind of back and forth, yet I think it is important to note a sense of overall cleanliness and order in the office is important to help positively influence the therapeutic relationship in the beginning. Overall, it is important for your office to reflect softness, order, and personalization, making sure that you are creating an environment that is welcoming to clients, yet still professional. Maintaining a positive therapeutic relationship can be affected by the environment that you create, so keep this in mind while putting together your waiting room and your counseling office. As we saw from the story in the beginning, these simple office furnishings can deter a client and cause them to terminate their sessions with you. So it is important to consider the colors, the furnishing, the lighting, the carpet, etc. I hope that you are able to pull something of those things away from this video and that it can help you in your future potential private practice or clinic that you're working in. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen.